How do we know when we're being wisely patient in life versus when we're slipping into unhelpful passivity? We all know that some of the best things in life take time. Patience is a virtue in nearly every pursuit. Mountains and valleys, they don't form overnight. They take ages to become what they are. But not everything we want in life will come to us if we simply wait for it to happen. Some things require us to act, to create, to take responsibility. So, how do we know what deserves patience and what requires action? And how can we check in with ourselves to determine if our waiting is patience that is serving us or instead passivity that is holding us back? For me, when I notice that tension of not being sure whether my waiting about something is a good thing or not, I ask myself questions around three areas: intention, effort, and energy. First, let's talk about intention. The question I ask myself to determine the intention of my waiting is, what am I hoping time will do for me that I'm unwilling to do myself? If the answer is truly outside my control, then patience is the right choice. For example, I can't make the fall arrive sooner, no matter how much I dislike the summer heat. I can adjust, adapt, and enjoy what summer offers, but ultimately, I have to wait. On the other hand, there are times I ask myself this question and realize that there are things within my control that I am avoiding taking action on. Maybe it's a conversation that I'm hoping will naturally, aka magically, arise one day with my partner. A conversation that is entirely in my control to initiate. That's being passive, not patient. Or maybe it's waiting for the right time to pick up the guitar again and get serious about becoming a decent player. Will time one day grant me the space to prioritize that? No. I have to prioritize it myself at some point. Again, this sort of waiting is passive. Next, I think about effort. The question here is, have I already taken all the steps I reasonably can, or am I leaving obvious things undone? It's a reward to enjoy the calm period of patience that follows a wholehearted effort toward whatever it is that we are wanting to see come to fruition. To sit back and wait and let things unfold after we choose to focus on an effort and not an outcome. That feeling of calm turns to anxiety, however, when we leave things on the table that are still within our control. For example, passively wishing to get in better shape while putting off changing your diet or exercise habits. You're not going to reach a new level of fitness by waiting. Hoping to see changes through patience alone isn't going to work. After exploring intention and effort, the next thing I think about is energy. How does the waiting feel in my body? Does this waiting make me feel calm and grounded, or does it feel heavy, anxious, or avoidant? To me, patience often feels calm and even freeing. It's a relief to let go of things outside my control when I know they are truly not mine to manage. Passivity as a form of avoidance, on the other hand, feels anxious and heavy. It's a tension that I can't shake because part of me knows I could be acting. I could be doing more, but I'm not. I could be pretty type A at times, wanting to tally everything with X's and O's. I create endless pros and cons lists about things, and I could be overly objective about gauging things in that way. At the end of the day, though, sometimes our emotions and feelings are the best truth tellers. Waiting for things that are outside of my control typically feels calm. It feels like a burden being lifted off my shoulders when I make the decision to drop the anxiety of wanting something to happen or to come sooner, and instead simply accept the fact that I must wait. It just feels right. Conversely, waiting as a form of avoidance often manifests as stress, dread, or anxiety. For me, it's often this simple noticing of the emotional tone that waiting carries that tells me more about it than reasoning ever could. Taken together, These three questions help me draw the line between patience and passivity. Again, they are: 1. What am I hoping time will do for me that I'm unwilling to do myself? 2. Have I already taken the steps I reasonably can, or am I leaving obvious things undone? And lastly, 3. Does this waiting make me feel calm and grounded, or does it feel heavy, anxious, or avoidant? Patience has an active quality to it, filled with engagement, steadiness, and presence. Passivity feels checked out and distant. The next time you feel this tension of being unsure about whether you're being patient or passive about something, try to answer these three questions for yourself. Think about the intent, effort, and energy of your waiting. Together, they usually point me in the right direction of either being able to double down on waiting and allow myself to enjoy resting in the calm feelings of patience, or they kickstart me into taking the action that I've been avoiding. I hope they'll do the same for you. And until next time, thanks for walking with me. Talk again soon.